The Trustlines Validator auction aims to find the first set of validators to stake on the Ethereum blockchain. In this video, we'll be doing a tutorial on how to participate in the auction. This video is divided into 4 parts: prerequisites, exploring the auction, bidding, and withdrawing. You can find the time slots for every section in the description below. Before bidding on the auction, make sure you've read and understood the prerequisites. All prerequisites are also linked in the description below. You should know how the auction works, detailed in the last video. You should have a whitelisted ETH address by being accepted as a Trustlines validator candidate, previously detailed in a Medium blog post. You should make sure your whitelisted address has sufficient ETH to bid in the auction. And finally, you should have access to a wallet where you can specify a gas limit. We'll use MetaMask for this tutorial. Start by going to the Trustlines auction website. Please note that the following content is just a simulation and should not be an indication of the auction's outcome. This simulation has 3 available slots and runs for 24 hours. The official Trustlines auction will have 123 slots and run for 2 weeks. The auction will start at a launch date provided by the Trustlines Foundation at the price of 10,000 ETH for 1 slot. The price will then continuously drop as time progresses. The price has now dropped to around 100 ETH per slot. Let's wait until someone makes the first bid. And the first bid has been made at 48.5 ETH. And the slot is locked in at 48.196 ETH. The price has decreased since some time has elapsed between the bid time and the confirmation time. The auction simulation requires 1 bid to be successful, meaning that if no other bidders arrive, the final slot price would be 48.196 ETH for a validator slot. Now is the time to make our bid. Using MetaMask, create a transaction from the address you've whitelisted for the validator auction. You must provide equal to or more ETH than the current slot price or the transaction will fail. Note that you can withdraw the difference between the final price and your bid price when the auction ends. In some cases, wallets may fail to estimate the required amount of gas for the transaction. We therefore recommend that you set the gas limit manually to 400,000. To do so using MetaMask, go to Advanced Options and fill in Set Gas Limit. Remember that the gas limit does not affect the price of your transaction. Once you've determined the ETH amount and a gas limit, sign the transaction. The transaction was confirmed, and we've successfully made a bid of 27 ETH for a slot which was confirmed at 26.558 ETH. You can check that the bid was successful on the website by hovering over the transaction corresponding to your bid. Now we need to wait for the auction to end. And the final bid has been made, and the slot price for this simulation will be 23.288 ETH. All bidders who bid above that amount can now withdraw the difference between the remaining ETH and the final slot price. Had the auction ended unsuccessfully, you would have been able to withdraw the full amount. In this simulation, the auction was successful, so we should be able to withdraw the difference between our bid and the final slot price. To withdraw your bid, you need to interact with the auction contract. You can find the address of the contract on the Trustlines auction website. Now search for it on a block explorer. We'll use Etherscan for this tutorial. Call the withdraw function on the auction contract using the Ethereum address you made your bid with. To call the withdraw function, click Contract, write Contract. Then connect to Web3 so that you can send a transaction to any public functions on the contract with your Web3 interface, in this case MetaMask. Click Write Contract under the withdraw function to send a transaction to the contract withdrawing your bid. This will open your Web3 interface asking you to sign the transaction. Once the transaction is successful, you should receive your overbid and your participation in the auction is over. You're now a Trustlines validator for the next 9 months. If you have any questions, visit our Gitter channel to get support. You can also find detailed documentation in writing in the description below. Thanks for watching.